The Wild West, a land of cowboys, train robbers, and grizzled prospectors. A frontier where every man's fortune was built on either cow dung or gun smoke. A lawless desert filled with tales of romance, riches, revenge, and demons? That's not the West I know. But it is the West, in Hard West, a tactical turn-based RPG developed by CreativeForge Games and published by Gambitious Digital Entertainment. Hard West is comprised of 8 story-based campaigns, but the basic gameplay consists of a turn-based tactics layer coupled with an overworld map featuring choose-your-own-adventure style decisions. You spend most of your time either in combat or setting up for combat. Setup involves walking around and staying out of enemies' cones of vision. This allows you to accomplish side objectives and position yourself before engaging the enemy. During setup, you can also subdue an enemy by threatening them with your gun. This prevents them from initiating combat for a few turns. For example, I was attacking a cannibal ranch and was able to sneak through the level, subdue a door guard, and free a prisoner, who then joined my team. But most missions don't end with sneaking around. The Hard West is a violent place, and more often than not, you'll have to fight. Combat feels similar to XCOM Enemy Unknown, as the cover system is used in the same way. You can be in half, full, or no cover in each direction. That said, the defense mechanics are a bit different. Cover both reduces the accuracy of incoming shots and decreases the damage taken. Hard West also has a unique character attribute called luck, which plays a role in the defense calculation. High luck reduces a character's chance to get hit, but each time an enemy misses them, they'll lose some luck. Each time they are hit, their luck replenishes. This not only reduces the level of randomness, but makes the cover system even more important in Hard West than it is in XCOM. Since cover reduces damage taken, characters can keep taking low damage hits and recuperating luck, which in turn prevents them from getting hit in the future. For this reason, flanking enemies is vital, otherwise the gameplay becomes very tedious. One time I was fighting against a demon with regenerating health. He was outnumbered 4-1, but was in a difficult position to flank. The battle took an excessively long time. In fact, it would have been faster if I had spent the several turns required to walk around the entire compound and get a flanking shot. And that's the big problem for me. Flanking is just too dominant of a strategy. Most squad tactics games feature interrupts to prevent this exact issue. For example, flanking is also valuable in XCOM, but it's not always the best option because overwatched enemies can shoot at moving units. Plus, the destructible terrain gives the player another way to catch enemies out of cover. These games are at their best when a variety of tactics have to be applied to the situations that crop up, and I feel like that isn't true of Hard West. Moving on, the luck resource has a secondary feature. It can be spent to use active abilities. These are attained through a poker-themed character customization system. Each character has card slots, and each card has a passive bonus, plus a unique passive or active ability associated with it. Creating poker hands in these card slots gives the character a unique special bonus. For example, 4 of a kind grants a bonus to aim. It's a simple system, but it's enjoyable and works very well with the setting. Sadly, I didn't find the active abilities to be very useful, as I often didn't have enough luck to use them at all. The overworld map allows you to travel from node to node. Each node represents a location and gives a small dialogue pop-up with a few options. Sometimes these are basic things like trading at a store or asking for information, but sometimes you can do a little more. For example, I poisoned a water tower to weaken the enemies at a nearby location. This shows that despite the simple system, there are some choices with meaningful gameplay consequences. The narrative, however, is fixed on its course. The main storyline in Hard West is about exacting brutal revenge, which is a perfect fit for a Western setting. I think the plot is structured well, but the characters are weak. There's not much that demonstrates each character's personality, and in a story about revenge, that is important. That being said, Hard West absolutely nails the setting and atmosphere. The themed game mechanics, the sounds, and the visuals all come together to make the game feel like something special.
Then, out of thin air, a gentleman appeared, offering to resolve your predicament in return for your soul. Unaware.
Overall, Hard West is a very polished game that has some unique ideas and a stellar atmosphere, but I found the combat lacking in the variation and depth that I had hoped for.